You won't know who I am from what you perceive. But if you listen when we speak, then you will receive a glimpse of who I am. And then you'll believe and have a life of peace, because your soul is at ease. You see, our source is the essence from which this world is conceived, which means that we were here before the bird and the bee. Now if you have not guessed, I am eternity. But now if you have guessed, and you guessed correctly, that simply means we share the same destiny to realize we are the God and Trinity that is talked about in Christianity. Now some will say that vanity or go as far as insanity. It's because they believe in Western theology. But as for we, you see, we choose ancient Kemetic philosophy. Not to say that's the only path to immortality. That's the path for we, this life, you see, as we devote our life to helping others be free, so they in turn can reach their full divinity. And this is done because of the he in I and the I in he. Peace. And wholeness. All right. Welcome. Once again to another soulful discussion. As we began, we've intentionally opened the portal to be present in this moment of time and place and space, so that any prayers, meditations, invocations, and libations are honored, as we simply be intentional. Intentional about what you're asking as your prayers. Being intentional with listening as in your meditation. And being intentional with sending forth thoughts of love, harmony, balance with those we're connected with in all dimensions, our libations. As we breathe into the now. All right, gotcha. Here we are. Again, welcome to Soulful Sundays. Just as a reminder for those who may be tuning in, first time or relatively new to the experience. And for, sharing maybe the platform is just a way for us to gather those of, say, like minds, kindred spirits, the soul family, and just discuss those things that are esoteric, far out, those sciences and religions and spiritualities of life, and to share those in such a way that we actually find the medium, the common denominator, their connection, and discussing ways that we can use this in a practical way in our daily lives. And this is, an I.C.U. production, the Indigenous Cultural University, which is the health ministry for I Admit. IAdmit.me is where you find more information about that. So, as we, again, just really shape up and create our own reality, every strong, these discussions are really personally beginning to take form a life of their own. And one of the things that has occurred was, as we be intentional, personally, is to be intentional about the journey, if you will, in this way. We gather this is a conversation that the higher self and lower self had, we privy to it. There's a soulful discussion on a Sunday. And the soulful discussion is discussing those things for the soul, the soul. So just share again, you know, the information from souls, from soul to soul, soul to soul. Yeah. Like every Sunday we have a discussion. It was about the teachings and applying and stuff like that. And then the I.C.U. is, the presenter of this thing, Indigenous Culture University. So in a sense, it's a class. And so with this class sense, we're saying, let's hold space, create an environment as we have these discussions to, as we, open the portal, settle into ourselves, be intentional about sharing anything that has manifested, as a result of the discussion, on Sunday. Some like homework in a sense, or homework, the science of life. We have experiments, these Sunday, so with some of the discussions in the way maybe look at as we're discussing our experiences with this experiment in this 3D reality. It's higher dimensional beings or multidimensional beings. And so Soulful Sundays is shape taking form, the classroom to this first of all discuss it. In the classroom is like, okay, cool. As we share amongst ourselves, a lot of times information is shared that, it aligns with our, understanding of reality, but it's said in a different, and it's said in a different way. It's like, wow, the way, it's the perspective that is shared about a similar thing, whatever the case may be. So yeah, so there you have it. And give thanks for, chiming in and being a part of our journey, of our collective journey. That's what IMEX is all about. We are all it. So, this is our platform to say we are it. And to begin this intention of, where it should be. Oh, and welcome Precious, the smokestack from Naya as well. So this year as well. And so this is, this is how we usually flow. And just want to just start out with sharing some things that was on not last Sunday, but the Sunday. It may have been the last Sunday, but it was about beliefs. So beliefs and knowing, and thing is, some people talk about beliefs as be live. That was the thing on the broadcast, be live. They say, I'd rather know than believe. I'd rather know than believe. Rather know than believe. And so my person just put out there, personally, it looks at everything in existence as something that's valid. Like it's valid. It exists. It's here. So belief, there's a beliefs can be empowering. Even Yeshua said something like, because your beliefs, your faith, your beliefs, you're healed, or something like that. And it spoke about it ties beliefs in with our
thinking component and the information that we receive. And it shared this in the way of with a deity called Sebek, in Kemet, the tree of life. And so, and it pointed out that it sees it as a throat chakra. And then over the course after that, it came up also. It's like, well, there is this knowing also. Where is this knowing? And that was reminded that that's more so from the pineal, the first eyebrow chakra. Mm-hmm. So, in a nutshell, just to just share some and more of a connection for my person on this journey, from how it benefited from Soulful Sundays, because it now feel confident in sharing that it believes and believes, believe and believes, and believe and believes. And then also know about knowing. And it looks at, in just our chakra, the first chakra in the pineal gland, those centers that, govern those things. Mm-hmm. And so, in a sense, to say, how to have an unwavering belief, you believe something, and then sometimes you may doubt what you believe sometimes. At least personally, that's the human nature,
But I think in that respect, somebody might believe something, but not know it for themselves. I believe that this happened to this person, but I don't necessarily know that this would happen for me. So it's like the belief is the possibilities. The knowing is more the integration. But you can believe and experience and then integrate it at the same time. So I think if you put a belief and put a distance between yourself and somebody else, I believe them, this is possible. I believe that happened for them, I don't know. It's not my experience. I haven't had that experience yet. So that knowing can almost be, have you experienced it? Have that. It's like, I believe that, I believe that there are people that could walk around and touch and other people get healed. Right. That has not been my experience, so I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make that come to fruition because that hasn't happened on my part. So that knowing could be the difference in whether or not you experienced it personally firsthand, opposed to being an outsider observing, an outside and accepting it to be true. The belief is I accept it as a truth. The knowing is I accept it as a truth and I have experienced it. I have practiced it. I have been the activation of that thing that I believe in. So I think that could be a way to look at how it's distinguished. You believe it, it's possible, but have you done it yet? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so, right, very similar concept, through one's experience, right? You know it because you know this, done that, been there, done it, know it. And just to add to that, looking at beliefs in the sense of we tied throat chakra 7, beliefs, information, thinking, analyzing, right? We go through this something indoctrination process, here with the colonizers, this indigenous mind. So this land is colonized. We just kept saying things as a colonized land, colonized education. We have a belief system, as they say, about certain things. For example, my person believed at one point that when death came, this physical death came, it was going to go to heaven and live eternally with God because it believed that Jesus was Lord and Savior. It accepted that. It believed that. It didn't have that experience, but it believed that. Now it believes something different. And so, speaking about, again, identifying, say, where, if belief is a thing, where is it? How does it make? What's the source of it from within our being, from within itself? And this is important because if for some reason our belief is not serving us, is not assisting us with whatever whatever belief's supposed to do. That's that's all left to interpretation. But there's so many different things that beliefs people say beliefs should be. How to use beliefs. So however way one chooses to use beliefs. First of all, if you believe in beliefs, so however way you choose to believe it, if it's not really serving you, so then how do you work with your beliefs so that it is in line with your goals, intentions, desires, whatever the case may be? So that's more of that question.
Right.
Where are they?
Right.
How do work?
And that's a really poignant piece to even consider and think about, because a lot of what we manifest is because of our beliefs. And so if you believe something to be one way, you get the benefits of it being that way, because that's what you believe, that's what you produce, that's what you manifest. If you believe that something better can happen, then you move into that something better happening. But beliefs and what you believe is really based on your program, what you accept, and what your center focus is. So if you want to change a belief, you got to shift your focus. If you want to believe better, you got to focus better. And sometimes to get to that shift in focus, you got to go and find other examples of what you want. When I was young and wanted to work in the theater work, there were certain roles, there were certain positions that I wanted to do to make more money. I didn't want to be what I would say, when you first start, you like the grunt. You're the person unloading the
Right.
trucks and carrying all the cables and all of that stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be doing this manual labor. This stuff is hard. You come in here and loading the stuff all day. How do I get to something else? And so I was told, well, you got to find somebody doing something that you want to do. So Christian Epps, light designer, he drawing symbols of lights on a piece of paper, and then he turned in that piece of paper the light plot, and everybody else do the work. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. I want to be the person making the light plot. So then I realized I have to be the person doing the light design and coming up what goes on that light plot, so that I then send out that light plot, and I no longer have to be that person. So if you want to get to another place, sometimes to change your belief is to find and see somebody doing what it is you want to do. Find and see somebody that have an understanding of what it is that you want to understand, that helps you shift what you believe. Now I see an example of this. So I believe this is possible. I believe this is possible. There's an example of this. Now let me find the format, the foreplan, the directions. What must I do? Point A, point B, point C to get to where I want to be. So it's like you got to start now moving in the directions of creating or finding what it is you want to achieve. And then finding out what are the processes that go along with that. So shifting the belief is about seeing a different reality. It's about seeing a different perspective, to put yourself in alignment to, this is how I get to what I want. But you can't get a new belief if you just sit in that same program. If you only go to people that only see it that way, to get affirmations on this is what this is. And if those people that you go to can't give you a new direction, oh, well, maybe you should see it this way. My daughter Malika, she's really good. If I say something and I feel something about some way, and she's real good at saying, well, maybe they just thought it this way. Or maybe they just experienced it this way. Or maybe, and it was like, maybe. Always put things in such a different light that I can't hold whatever energy I held before that might not have been the most positive, because she has such a different perspective on seeing things,
Right on. All my person got to add is sometimes it's easier said than done.
That's true too. That's true too. It's about what you want. There's this thing sometimes where people, they identify with their problems, they identify with their issues, or if you have them change their paradigm, they don't know who they are. And so they'll cling to whatever that idea is. Or you've been this way so long, it's almost like a fear. It's almost
Right.
like this is my safety net.
Right.
So now you're asking me to let go of who I have been, let go of all that I've known all of this time,
Right.
and go into another direction. And I'm not certain what that other direction is going to look like. This I know. This I can predict. This here is home. This is solid right here for me. If I go over there, whatever those end results are going to become, I don't know. So, it becomes harder for some people if they don't, want to take that chance to do something else.
Yeah. And just to add to that, even when someone has it's called a burning desire to make that change, at times it is still easier said than done. And sharing this, it shares that with the own experience of on yesterday, had an opportunity to engage in a orientation, if you will. There's a program designed to help individuals achieve success, overcome whatever's some people may say, that they would like to achieve something.
Mm-hmm.
They realize the blockages that are there and need assistance with removing the alleged blockages that are there so they can achieve and manifest and be who they know and feel they can be. So there was this orientation about that. Wonderful orientation. What my person shared was, it used the words doubt, doubting the instructions that come from spirit. It was like one of those things that you would like to change, or that you, and that was the only thing. Everything else, like we, and then the moderator said, "Sounds like this lack self-confidence. You're like more self-confidence." It's like, that's it, more self-confident, right? So my person is cool, and so it was cool. However, again, it was an entire orientation on like this retreat. You pay some money, you go for 3 days, whatever, and they assist you with, in a sense, manifesting your beliefs. And we use this as one example, because again, if it was so easy to do it, there would not really be a need for organizations to say, "Hey, come over here for 3 days. We have these things set up so that you can actually manifest your belief." And again, even back from my personal experience, just on this journey, because it relates with the system, because it really holds the belief that a lot of times it can be more challenging to do something even when we know and believe we can do it. Hence, that's what coaches, trainers, things like this are all about. My person is a spirit coach, a little commercial, a spirit coach. The coach assists with coaching one and understanding the laws of the spirit, how they manifest, so that one can manifest their belief of what they know to be true. In that shit. So anyway, the spirit coaching, it says that when it's challenging sometimes, what can we do to what does a trainer do? Well, okay, back to spirit coaching. This we setting ourselves up, because this is our story right here. This is so cool. My person says, because it holds space for that. It holds space for that. And not only by holding space for that, that looks as though it's having compassion for someone who really, believe that they can, they can do this, that. I mean, they just feel, they know they have these experiences, they believe it. However, their life is not manifesting. They don't see themselves like moving towards what they know and believe that is possible. So my person holds space for them, and at times offer assistance to how to begin to, like the program, to remove those things. And that's why when we were speaking about the throat chakra. Because just if there's anyone who may resonate with the idea of, sometimes I believe I can do this. I believe it's possible. And you say find the right people. Sometimes find the right people. That's all one need. A little insight. Go to YouTube. Some people say, "Go." So that's on YouTube. Saw it, got it, boom, and we was gone. Plenty of people they just need a little bit. Just need a little bit. But some people, just like we hear it, we understand it. It makes sense. But we just can't. Even say Paul talking about something. Those things I want to do, don't do. The shit that I don't want to do, nigga, end up doing. What kind of shit is that? I've personally experienced that before, So again, just time all these things in with, again, just embracing everything that exists. Back to the duality, law of duality. This is all these lessons come into play now. The duality says that just as easy as it is to change a belief, right? Just change a motherfucker, just focus on something different. Just find somebody to say, okay, that's what you're doing, just go around and do it. Just as easy as it is to do it, the law of polarity says it is just as challenging also. And so when it says, if it's just as challenging, then that may require, what's a science to it? And if there's a science to it, my person again is saying, shit, spirit coaching, baby, understanding how this shit works. Which is why we keep coming back to the chakras a lot of times. And it has a system saying these are the energy centers. There's a correlation with the planetary bodies, like throat chakra, Mercury, the planet Mercury. And so we're saying that beliefs is one of those things, like communication with Mercury. My person associate beliefs with Mercury also. So it is somewhat challenging to shift your beliefs. That's the planet Mercury. I don't know what's happening. If you're off in astrology, what's the zodiac like with Mercury? Whether it be Gemini or Virgo, those are the zodiacs that call it Mercury. What everything that correlates with Mercury is what your throat chakra, your thyroid glands, your lungs. So these are things that we look at the emotional grief. So these things just tie all in together. That says, these are tools my person has access to just assist those who may be having a challenge with it. So you're adding, shit, it's easier. You just do it. But if you have any trouble, it's a commercial. Just call it, brother. You have tools that are at disposal that can assist.
One Love and Wellness.
Indeed.
Thank you for allowing me to join you while you tell your story. I say one love, Mother Precious.
Greetings.
One love. Olashu and Ola,
Hey.
one love, family. Good to see you
The room
guys.
looks so, yeah. The room got the comments. You look so comfortable. Oh, just snuggly.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Give thanks for that reminder. Because now we feel it too. That shit's contagious. Oh, wow. So this is my person. This is the master talking. It's intellectualized shit. This is a good example of using one's empathic talents. So you see, it's like it looks comfortable, it's cuddly. Spirit said, just open up to it, baby. You can feel it right now too. It's like, okay, we feel it. Okay.
Something else just happened too. I was leaving the other sacred circle I attend with with Anthony Farmer, and we were just talking. We were talking about the root chakra and being grounding your root. And so as we were leaving, I had shared something about we were talking about Sean and I were talking about duality, and then I clicked on here. You were talking about no other than duality, and I was like, wow. So yeah, it's encouraging for me to continue to listen, to continue to be guided by the divine intuition, and yeah, this is good. So thank you.
I tell you, that's it. We the same class. We just talked about that earlier too, just about listening and What happens? That's why we had these discussions. Somebody say something, we listen. Who next? What you got? Listening.
Sending you so much love, my sister, precious Funaya. Sending you so much love too, precious mother love, but I just have not seen precious Funaya in quite some time.
I got you.
One
sis.
love, yes.
Yeah. So
So did you tell your story, Ashep? I missed it.
yeah, that was actually no. This is beautiful, mother
Say that
love.
again.
Because, okay, slow down. Let's slow down a bit. Let's calm down. Relax. Get cuddly again. Shit. Remember that. So don't get cuddly. The flow is as my person was sharing earlier. You know, after the portal was opening and after the crystal Tibetan bowl, it sees this personally as it's from the I.C.U. It is also a class. So it looks to jot down or take notes on things that stands out in the discussion and look for it to manifest or look for see what happens during the strong and maybe come back next Sunday and discuss, hey, we talked about this, we saw it manifest this way. You know, it may not happen every time. My person saying that's it resonates with the flow. We hear, you know, we kind of building and building and building. And so we began actually with the belief thing, which was a conversation that we shared was an episode or two ago about beliefs. And so it was back to the beliefs, and this time beliefs in with knowing, you know, and the distinction and, you know, how to separate the two and how to use it, how to use the two both as empowering, which is again the duality, you know, believing and knowing. They tend to be separate, you know, but at the same time, there's a way to use both of them to your advantage. So that's how we got to the duality, tying in with the discussion previously about believing and knowing and how to use them. And we kind of, you know, and the duality of that is it's easy to use your beliefs, especially just like go to gateway or meditate or, you know, just boom, cast your spells with your words, you know, do your vision boards. You believe it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And the duality of that is sometimes it's more challenging. And if it's more challenging, then, you know, just a little discussion on what tools do we have, or how can we go to the source of assisting.
What was that?
So that's it.
Oh, I thought I heard my voice in the background. Did you? Wow. Anyway, so it sounds like
It was. You
said,
got the devices right here. Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds like, well, before, like about 20 years ago or whatever, when you were talking about the chi, you know, you believe this, that, and the other about where you'd be, and then now you know that that's where you ended up, or that's where you are. So back then you believed it before it was happening, and then you did the walk and the talk and the steps. And so now, bang zoom, you are in the position of the things that you had forecasted from then that you believed.
Yeah. And been
That's
thinking
one
about
way
this
of it.
recently.
Yeah.
It is. So I guess we're gonna be transparent, precious mother love, and identify a way we use your person. It just came recently. We can use precious mother love because precious mother love. When we connected, it was Pierre. Let's see. This was we talk about back in 1994 it was like, oh, we don't have to die, read in the Bible, we can. However, nigga was doing something before he decided to get back up into the Bible. So that's how far we go back to even before wanting to go to church. You know, because we was doing our thing in the colonizers' world. You know, it was on our grind. It was about business, making muscle, get our hustle on. Shit, we'll get this shit and this shit. So we came from the colonizer's mind. And one day it was like, okay, we need to get back in the church. God is calling us. And that time it was God in the sky. You know, Jesus, I love Jesus, God. And so, you know, that's how far. I just wanted to
But
say
we
that
went down the list of all the. You went down the list of all the potential ways and angles of looking at God from all the different categorized specialties. You know, whatever the religion was, or the sector or the group was, until we finally got to the place of looking at how we were gods, goddess and gods, you know, and including, you know, the remnant of God in us, and actually addressing, enhancing, and pronouncing and ascending with that. I appreciate the back and forth that you were open to the things I was trying to open up to as well, you know. So every time he went to another place that seemed like he found some godness, he'd call me. And every time I found a place that seemed like I found some godness, I'd call him, and him more times than me, but enough times that I felt elevation each time, just a new facet opening of, you know, another vision or view of the God view, you know, the God in you.
This is wild shit here. We telling our
It's
story
beautiful.
together. Right, because then we talk about 94. In 2014, we both was at I.C.U, and we both was part of I.M.I.T, the organizing of I.M.I.T. And here we are today with motherfucking on the I.C.U presentation, which is the health ministry of I.M.I.T. And I.M.I.T saying, we it. And we know who we are.
I'm having signal issues. I'm not sure.
Nigga got to calm down again. We got to drink some water. Shit.
Okay, I might have to get off because the signal's going to I was going to say in the beginning I was having a lot of signal trouble, so I may not be able to stay on, but yeah, it's no fun being disconnected from the conversation and asking you to repeat. So One Love and Wellness, Ashe, guys. Thank you for allowing me to put my 2 cents in on the subject. One Love and Wellness, Mama Precious, Goddess Olashun, Oshun, Laroon. Is that it, darling? Did I say it right? Laroon, Oshun. There we had it. I had it backwards.
It's just Oliver, what you've been calling me all this time.
Charge it to my head and not my heart.
It's all right.
Charge it to my head, not my heart.
I won't charge it. I'll charge
Okay, family. I'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
All right. And wholeness.
I'm not here. I'm not here. Okay. Ashe.
Well, you did your part. Give thanks. That's how the story goes. Isn't that something? Huh.
It's not letting me leave.
Hello.
Child. Isn't that something?
Woo-wee.
Yeah. So was being selfish before, isn't that something? Because it was like it's been on this journey for 30 years, and you know. So then just now it's like when she said something, I was like, wait a minute. You've been a witness, so we're gonna use you to help tell my person's story. So she started talking, it was like, wait a minute. It's really more our story. So you two came along on the journey as well, because now this is our story. Because we all resonate with we are it. So now we're creating our collective story. We have our individual story on how we got to meet up with the rest of the tribe. Then once we met the rest of the tribe, now it becomes our story. Because it includes This so moving forward. So the yes and no, this is wild. So in the dynamic of the family, tribe, nation, if we share the same story, being intentional of others as we make choices. Man, shit, yeah. It's like a whole nother. It's that shit that sounds good. We have to
Can you
calibrate our.
speak up or closer to the mic?
Yes, we have to calibrate this motherfucking physical body to withhold this information. Because this information, not only does it sound good, as my person works on this empathicness, it feels good, but it feels so good that it's almost too much for the physical body. So we got to move and shit so that this information can settle to the physical body so that it can manifest in, they say, like compassion and shit like that. And, you know, like, okay, well, this is our story. So what are we doing with our story? You know, like it would seem part of our story, it's motherfucking Soulful Sunday. It would seem like that shit. Seem like part of our story on the room, you know, because this I admit story. So how does our story fit with I admit? We got the Soulful Sundays and we got the motherfucking Indigenous millennials, our Indigenous resource database. That's the story. Because it is the pieces are here, it makes sense. We spoke about there's infinite possibilities. So if we saying this motherfucker, infinite possibility manifesting like this, we are all it, and we're working together. Because Precious Mother Love, we had motherfucking gateway shit. We were doing a gateway. Gateway, Soulful Sundays, and the motherfucking Indigenous millennials. So this is how I admit is manifested in the world. My person didn't see that till now. But now we see it. We gotta hold on to it. That's why we say we talk about it, discuss it on the Sunday. And then next Sunday we say, well shit, that shit was so heavy. This is what we got to add to it. So relax because it's just now coming. It's just now coming. So it's okay. It just now got it. So we sit with it. Okay. So we sit with we are it.
That's
That
right.
was a motherfucking discussion about it. What is that? Motherfucking 3D experience, nigga, having a discussion. We down here, this shit, you know. So, why is this important? Because my person has this story ending just disappearing. Like he's not gonna be lied. It told that part of the story. So now it's connecting the details of it. Because I admit again, as a philosophy, it's like, well shit, we all lit. And so by my person, okay, we gone. Then more people say they'll believe. They say, oh, that nigga did it, and they will whatever they want to do. They say we can do it because he talked about I admit. He in Jamaica somewhere. He may be gone, he may be not, but here in Jamaica, he said it. So he's doing that. It's a story. You've been telling this shit for years. So now it makes it possible for anybody to do anything. This is our gift to humanity by being the example. Because I admit just says just be the example of what it resonates. You know, there's infinite possibilities to resonate. Whatever you say, this feels good to show up to the world like this. Motherfucking stone goddess shit. What does a stone goddess do? Just watch, nigga. We showing you what the motherfucking stone goddess do. Here we are. Shit. We creating it as we go. So what you see now, it's gonna be experienced and metaphor some other shit later. Just knows all a part of the story. The same way with the motherfucking soul slater. Soul slater. We just found it out too, but watch this. We're gonna show you the soul slater. You saw the motherfucking knife, nigga. Don't make us cut you. We coming to the spirit, the entity. We'll cut you, nigga. That's black folks gotta say that, nigga. We'll cut you.
Cut you with that jab.
Cause cut, you know. Soul slater got a Uber, cut a nigga. The entities and shit. So this is I admit story. This It's our Miss Story.
Yeah. I usually do my meditations every day at 12 noon and midnight. So every 12 hours, I go into a meditation. And a few days ago, when I went to go into meditation, Spirit was like, "You are a soul slayer." And I was sitting there like, what the heck is a soul slayer? So I'm trying to, I Googled it, nothing comes up. I go through some other avenues of things that I'm trying to, I will research information and nothing came up. And then I went to some obscure spiritual page and put in Slater, and then got a whole bunch of information about Slater. And from the different things I got from Slater, it led me to a whole bunch of other channels of information to where I was finally able to understand the soul Slater. At the end of the day, it's a person that goes into the other realms and find people who have gotten lost in those other realms and bring them back into the space here. Then I thought about my experiences and different things that I have been doing since I've been on my spiritual journey, and was like, oh, that's quite accurate. That's exactly where I am. So the soul slater makes sense. It's like a lot of what I do is in other realms. So it would make sense that my charge is to work in the other realms. And so I was like, oh, now I have this. I understand. So that's who I am, soul slater, and I can flow with an understanding of this is what I'm doing. This is my purpose. I don't have to try to fit in into everybody else's programming and just do what I do.
Ashe. It makes sense. We have the soul slayer and the soul healer side by side. You will need each other on this journey.
What a motherfucking story. And that describes what Precious for the Soul Slayer just shared. As she said, that was the theme, the power in telling your story. The power in telling your story is that you're not distracted by others people's story of you, or other people's story that got shit to do with a mother and soul slayer. Shit. This soul slayer story, nigga. It's cute now. We can talk about some shit, but nigga, don't come over here with that pressure. Oh, do it this way. You gotta come over here. You gotta do it this way. No, nigga, we're soul slayer. That's your shit. We got our story. So there's power, and so it keeps you grounded and focused. Yeah.
Slater, Slater, soul slater.
Oh, Slater. I thought you said Slayer. Okay.
Yeah, Slater. Yeah. As in the soul slayer, maybe the ones on the devil side that's that's keeping the soul separated from the experiences. And the soul slater is one who come in and wipe the mother and the slate clean. Clean slate for the soul.
Okay.
Come on through, baby. Come on through. Ooh. Ain't no stopping us now. The mother and the soul slater came through. Oh, yeah. It makes sense because the soul healer says, if you want to know the science to it, to do the shit yourself. First let's look at these 7 energy centers called the chakras. Let's start with that, because there's some shit that we put together that kind of assist you with seeing the multiverse in you. Whatever it is inside of here. We can look at self and how you act and how you emote and how you think. We can look at all you do, and we can point you inside to you that says, look at these energy centers here. That's how
and that Slater just kind of helps you cut loose all of that stuff that you've been holding on to so that you can do the work to now get back your in your right footing and in your right purpose and moving into what it is that you need to do. Because again, when we were talking about the beliefs and what people hold on to and what people are afraid to step out of, that's later, that fervor, spiritually cutting you free. All of your entanglements, all of your thoughts, all of your things that keep you bound. Now, once you get cut, what's my plan? What's my process? Now you got some tools, some assistance in helping you develop what that is that you need to do and moving forward and becoming and achieving.
Perfect. The masculine and the feminine. My person says in this system, the masculine, this is our realm, the material world, which is linear. It's linear. It's just, it's time and space. You do shit in order. Spirit world, the feminine world, the shit is instant. Boom, the shit just happened. Oh, this shit holding you back. Woo, there you go. You're free to go. Go do as you please. You sin no more. My person like, oh, it's holding you back. What's your lifestyle like? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Train some shit up, do it over time, and watch. It'll be the same thing. See? The yes and no, the fast and the slow. Pow! And we should know both.
Mm-hmm.
So in any given moment, my person can be like, pow, there you go. And in any given moment, she should be like, okay, let's take the time, step by step. This is what you do first. This is what you do.
Right. Sustainability,
There
like
it is.
anything you do, is it sustainable? Because something might work right now, but how does it serve me next week? How does it serve me the week after that? That's kind of like feeding somebody or also teaching them to fish.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, duty calls.
Wow, a lot of confirmation going on for me.
Hold on. Then also Sacred Food Guru and Allison Kiyogi. Welcome to the discussion. Just saw some folks on Instagram came through. What was that? What was that other room?
So I was just saying it's a lot of confirmation for me.
That's right. It should, because you are it. See? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, sure. Yeah. This is it. What else is happening there? Shit, this shit it's good. Mm-hmm.
I was taking notice too, all of the blue that's showing up on my screen. Throat chakra,
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they say life and death is in the tongue as you speak. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. Then at some point, the Word became flesh, or the Word manifested, speaking into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when some of you start telling your story, even if you tell a lie long enough, it becomes a truth, or something like that.
A lie not corrected in time becomes a truth in your mind. So a lie is always a lie, but you can make yourself believe that lie to be true, and so in your mind, to that person, it is true, but it's still a lie.
Right. I.e., propaganda and colonizer program.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, what if it starts with the what if it's true? And so that takes it to the point that it seems like just manifestation. Because if it's a lie, but if it becomes true, it may not manifest because there's tension, because it's still a lie. But if it's the truth, and it's the truth and nothing but the truth, and you hold on to it, it has to manifest, or something like that. But anyway, just back to how all these different sayings come back to, again, throat chakra and speaking, which comes back again, the power in telling your story. Well, I guess the yes and the no, because the more you tell your story, whether it's true or not, if it's true in your mind, then it will manifest for you, because what manifests is what's in your mind.
An interesting thing with the truth and the lie. Last night in my meditation, I was dealing with truth and lies. And it's like the thing about lies, they're always different variations. There's always a different story. There's always a different version.
Right.
When it's the truth, there's just one solid version. You know, the truth is you will say it, it'll be that same way over and over and over because that's the truth. Once it starts having a whole bunch of movement, a whole lot of
The
fluctuations,
man is in one and the stuff is in one. So what back there free?
that's what makes it more challenging. Having all of these different versions, all of these different ways. The truth is kind of solid. And so it's easier to move in a lie than the truth if you want things to just always be moving and happening. If you want a whole bunch of variations, you know, if you get bored easily sitting still, it's easier to engage in the lies. It's easy to engage in all the variations. But if you want to sit in that solid space,
Mhm. Yeah. Infinite possibilities came back up because just with the chi, it was like using with the chi before we even started Soulful Sundays. Chi was first, so there's options. One, both, or neither. So just saying, oh, there's infinite timelines. So we go see what happens. Just sharing the intimate details that came to the heavens.
when you first did the chi, you all did Soulful Sundays.
Negative.
When did you start Soulful Sundays?
Who was going to motherfucking plant ceremony at some point, and somebody said something about a vision of doing a church, and we kept talking about it. And at some point, it was like, old Rome came over, was like, hey, let's do it. You know, we did it informal.
Oh, you hadn't done Soulful Sundays? I thought you had done it and stopped, but you had never done it before. Are you talking to us? Because your mic's on mute. Cool.
No, I was. That's why my mic was off because I was talking.
It's all good. I just saw you talking. Just didn't want you to be giving us some good insights. And we missing it.
You could never miss it. You could never miss what's for you.
Ashe.
You could never miss what's for you,
And that's the way the story goes.
even if the mic is off.
And that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still like it's so much has happened since I got up today, and I'm just like a chef said, like I feel like it's too much for the human body to contain. So I'm processing and integrating and all kinds of things while getting more, at the same time. Mhm.
Indeed, indeed. Typing this response here to Alison Key Yogi said, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Likewise, sis, enjoy the rest of your son's day too. Just saw that StreamYard now allow you to go live on Instagram. So, the only thing is with Instagram, the comments come up on Instagram, not in the StreamYard studio. So that's why over here just going from time to time to go to the Instagram thing and check that out. So that's just saying what's happening right now. Could just leave it on there. Put the delay right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's time for you to get nourished.
Did it freeze up?
No, just looking to
It's too late.
Oh, the room is framing.
Her mouth just moved. Oh.
I'm not saying anything.
Now we can see us and the comments right there.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, so this is and even the like the Soulful Sundays is a part of the story because as I admit, and again, was instructed again to really set down, January, February, the roots grow deeper to the story, to really just look at it, just so you can tell, just so you can tell more about it, and because it's all connected. So that's where we are now, and just looking at how the Soulful Sundays is, the class piece, it resonates again, um, especially for those that come on a regular basis, just comparing notes or any manifestation, anything that came up from what was before. And so it just feels good to, some call it slow farming, just laid back.
I kind of like the idea of the class. It's like they're especially with. I would have liked to get more from your metaphysical knowings and understandings, more in-depth teachings in those spaces.
Yeah, that's what we do. Because the beauty of the soul discussion is to organically allow them to come up based upon what is shared. Ah, as opposed to otherwise, we set up like formal titles, diagrams and shit like that and handouts. And because when we really go in, we go in.
Right.
We go in.
Right.
And this is not the platform for that. We keep it light. We're just like, okay, this is cliff notes, little, let's just say little, some connections, connections. Oh, you see it like that. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is a light fair.
A light fair, yes, darling. Yes, darling. Nothing too heavy on
Your teeth.
unless a little tweak. We set a workshop up. You go in and take them up on the radio apart, take the shit apart, and you build it back like you want the motherfucker. You say that's how we do. We go to sit down for that shit. Here we just tweak a little bit. Oh, you just add a little salt or something to it. This was at Sunday. We had a little salt and some shit. So the workshop up here. These are the ingredients. Get your chopping board. You have this, and this, and we're gonna put this shit together. And that spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is fun.
Mm.
So yeah, so this is now we're talking about Superman and Clark Kent. So this is Soulful Sundays for my person is the hybrid between Superman and Clark Kent.
Okay.
Like we just hanging out stuff going on with Manhattan's or that's Clark Kent stuff right there. We just here to serve. We're here to serve, be present, and then be as peaceful as can be while we assist. So all of a sudden, if we do that, and we may throw something out there, say, hey, woo, just initiate something. But Clark Kent don't initiate. Clark Kent just motherfucking support and assist. Aid on the bet in a good way. Nigga, aid on the bet, nigga. It's your ascension. That's Clark Kent. Superman, we got to initiate some stuff. Hey, check this out. Just come on with it. So here, we just do a little bit of both. Clark Kent and a little bit of say, which is why like there's a thing, tell your story, talk a bit about that, and otherwise, what's happening. We here to aid and abet, support, confirm that you are it, baby. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeshua. Kelly Welly, Yeshua. Ooh, Kelly Welly, Kelly Welly, yeah. That mother gonna child something else.
Yeah. It feels so good nurturing her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It does.
Taking your time, being gentle, going slow.
Yeah.
You know how you handle a baby? You don't just jank it up off the couch. We can be so rough with ourselves. And I would like to embrace that, like feel into that. Like, when you go to pick a baby up, you pick it up so gentle. You don't want to let the little neck roll over, so soft and cuddly. I'm embracing that. Allow my inner child to feel that vibration.
Give thanks for sharing. You know,
Mhm.
a person again honors and respects the divine feminine and knows about being empathic. We just open up to her and feel it too. Y'all are something else with this empathic shit. Shit. Special nigga just turn on when he want to and say, "Oh, let's feel that." Get what it does now. We don't want to feel that, so we just don't feel it then. that's, a, that's a superpower of divine masculine. We can turn this shit off if we want to.
Yeah.
But but the thing is, in society, most of us unaware to do it like that. So I mean, it'd be an example of that shit. How to turn the shit on and off. That's some good shit. Be the example of turn the shit on. Oh, this feels good. Motherfucking piece of God that passes all understanding. That's what it is. Being cuddly with yourself, man. Peace of God that passes all understanding.
Reminding us to be soft and gentle to ourselves, not compare, not force. Just feel so light and easy, non-judgmental. Such a safe, innocent space.
Mm-hmm.
I say you thanks.
Everyone is complete. Then I guess we'll share the next chapter next Sunday. It's my little story. I am it. I am it story. I am it story. We are all it. So it is. I share. We'll give thanks. And
Good seeing you, love.
Likewise. Likewise.
the story continues. Until next time.
Peace and love.